Hello and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel. Okay, so this is a review for episode 2 of the TV show The Right Stuff on Disney+. Okay, this show has nothing to do with the movie at all, except for the fact that the screenwriters based it on the movie instead of the book by Tom Wolfe. But even though that's what they based it on, this TV show has nothing to do with the movie. Oh my god. Okay, so besides the fact that the tone is entirely different, and that except for John Glenn, the characters are entirely different. Yeah, it's the same thing except for that. Okay, so in this one, what you get is the most cynical 216 plus, as in the year 2016, you know? Okay, this movie is filled with, do I want to say wokeisms? Not, you decide. Here's what it's got. Okay, so it's got the scene where the two women are speaking, John Glenn's wife and I don't know who I think it's Gordo Cooper. Yeah, if you watch the movies, they made Shepard into Cooper, and they made Cooper into who knows who, some dude that's just all screwed up. Anyway, so they do introduce the idea that John Glenn's wife stutters a little bit. It was weird because, like, I always do it with subtitles, and the subtitles doesn't have her stuttering. I'm like, you should probably have that in there that she's stuttering because it's kind of a really big deal. Anyway, so, and they're doing oh my god, it's so 21st century. Ugh. Where the woman's like, oh, I read all these books because I wanted to be able to see myself, and it's like, oh, that is so Disney. Did the Lucas team come over here? Is this from Lucasfilm? We want to make sure that our characters represent the people that... Oh, God, stop it. Just stop it. Okay, next, the thing they do that is borderline woke, if not totally woke, it's up to you to decide, is this whole episode is based around the concept of marketing and narrative equals reality. I don't remember that being in the movie whatsoever. So this one, the whole show is just telling you nothing's real, and we're just going to make up the total story, and the people will eat it up. They're just so dumb. Tell me that's not 21st century cynicism oozing through this episode. Just oozing. It's... Ugh. You know, you got the basketball courts that have had the BLM logo on them, and you finally had the director, or whatever he's called, the dude that's in charge of the NBA goes, yeah, we're not doing that next year. Possibly because they have the lowest ratings in television history for a finals game for NBA. Probably has something to do with that. He's already gotten woke, he's already gone broke, now he's got to try and retract it and try and bring back the audience. Well, that's what's going on here. They are filling, at least this episode, episode 2, with just hideous 21st century politics instead of 1960s space program stuff. Just, ugh. In the first one, they dropped in episode 1, they dropped a couple of lines about this is what a writer does, this is what a pilot does, and it's like, okay, yeah, we get it, we know that it's written by a writer, and he's doing a little confessing, ha ha ha, inside joke, whatever. I can live with that as long as they don't swamp you in it, but when you come to this one, and it's, the whole thing is through the point of view of 2016 plus, in other words, post the Trump era, during the Trump era. I don't want to say post, because I don't know when you're going to watch this, and after the election, we don't know who's going to win or lose. Oh, but the polls tell you. Anyways, yeah, so as I started this, I'm going to finish it with it, which is, this show is not the movie. The movie is straight ahead, fun. Oh, the movie is so fun. And a lot of good data, awesome characters, brilliant acting. In this one, the acting it's sufficeable. There's nobody bad. There's nobody that stands out. It's like, wow, they're really... No, but they suffice. They're getting the job done. And the fact that like the characters have nothing to do with the characters in the original except for John Glenn. And oh, it was Ed Harris. If you watch the first one, you're like, how come you can't remember Ed Harris's name? Because I'm tired. But anyways, yeah, it's Ed Harris is the one that played John Glenn in the movie, and this is what the actor looks like who plays John Glenn in this show. So, yeah, definitely not the movie. Episode 2 is filled with modern day politics and points of view shoved in with cynicism galore, and that you can fool everybody just by telling them a story, a narrative. Oh my god. You know, people can see through that stuff, by the way. Is it worth watching? You cannot watch this hoping to get any glimpse of the movie. I think I've made that clear. If you're watching it just as a show, fine. If you're watching it as a show to get history, like so much of Disney stuff in the modern world, this show, I say this about Disney, Amazon, okay, all the new biopic shows seem to fall into this new category of, we're not really going to tell you that much history, we're just going to like do it all about the emotional expanse. Oh my god. It's a biopic about historical figures. You might want to drop a little bit more history in instead of just all the emotional drama between this man and this wife and this wife and this husband and it's blah, blah, blah. I'm okay with having that in there, but it's a historical piece. Can you drop in some science? You got one scene where the guy's like, that doesn't get men to the moon, or not the moon, but that doesn't get men into outer space. And so I was like, feel free to filter in some science, filter in some actual history instead of, anyways, am I going to stay with the show? Sure. I don't have time for much of anything else as far as my schedule goes, and I have no confidence it will get better because it is on Disney Plus. And after going through the Beelzebub's pit that was the Muppets now, oh my god, that show was horrible. Ugh. How do you take a shower and get that off of you? This one isn't that bad, but it will make you, if you've seen the movie, long to watch the movie again so you can have a good time. And you can see I don't know which one's historically correct and which one's historically wrong. Because again, Gordo Cooper in the movie is who they're making Alan Shepard in this one. I'm like, wow. And I still haven't remembered the name of the test pilot that was in the first one that they're like, the one that flew the X-15. Yeah, he's not in this so far, so maybe he's not going to be. I wonder if I'll remember his name eventually. Okay, so that's it for this one. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the future.